afternoon, viewers. Humble servant
Everyone,
here.
once again, I'm your humble servant, Joseph Ryan.
I'm
Budna.
your humble servant once again, Joseph Ryan Budna.
I'm your humble servant, Joseph Ryan Budna. Live.
I am your humble servant, Joseph Ryan Budna, live and direct from Northern Belize, Orange Walk Town.
We've all heard it at least once on our Facebook feed. This is your humble servant, Joseph Ryan Budna. From the bustling streets to the quiet corners of Belize, his voice cuts through the noise. With over 38,000 Facebook followers and live streams that have pulled in more than 5,000 viewers at once, Ryan has turned everyday moments, even himself dancing, into viral moments. Love him or hate him, you can't scroll past him. Ryan didn't start out as a media giant. With just a phone, a social media account, and a determination to tell it as he saw it, he began covering stories others wouldn't touch. His style? Raw, unfiltered, sometimes messy, but always real. As his following grew, so did the attention. From political rallies to controversial incidents, Ryan was there, front row, camera rolling, asking the questions others were too afraid to ask.
I know that the government is doing a witch hunt against me. I had been an activist. I had stand up for what is right. I had spoken. I did a live from in front of the Ministry of Police, and when I did that, immediately charges start to come against me. Even though there's not sufficient evidence, they try to put me in prison. They're trying everything. They bring charge whole of this week to me, and if they find me dead in a cell, right, it's the government to be blamed. Right? If I am found in my cell, it's the government to be blamed, right? Because they're trying to get me to prison. If I don't get my medication, it's not that I deny, it's that they don't want to give me my medication.
Then came the moment that nearly stopped everything. Recently, Ryan was arrested, an event he described as an attempt to silence him. To some, it was justice. To others, it was a warning shot at free speech. But to Ryan, it was fuel. Proof that his work was shaking the right cages. We sat down with Ryan to hear his story.
Hello, my name is Joseph Ryan Budna, born on the 22nd day of December 1979. My mom, Catherine Williams, and my dad, Joseph Budna, grew up with my stepdad and mom, stepdad, Whitman Williams. All I loved. It had been quite a difficult time to get around the entire country of Belize, doing what I love best, and answering some of these questions, how I first started doing live video. I saw that the need arise whereby people wanted to tell their stories. People want the injustices that they are facing be told. People wanted the justice system to listen to them. And by exposing these injustices, I do realize that the justice system in some way or the other responds to these calls, especially those who are tasked with upholding the law but yet committing injustices against the citizens of this country. Realize that someone is standing for these people, and that is what is important, and that is what pushed me to continue doing live video. Again, I can tell you the inspiration. I have worked for many media houses, but not all media houses allow you to craft any type of story. You need to understand that we have the independent media houses and we have media houses that are being financed by the very same government or entities that are committing injustices against our people. So when I found out that I had so many stories, but certain media houses said, you know what, Ryan, we cannot run that story. It's against our policy. The boss doesn't want it to be run. So I understand clearly that they have a political agenda, and that pushed me to stand alone and put the truth out there via doing live reports. That is one of my major inspiration, whereby instead of obstacle is where I learn that I can do it on my own, that the people have a voice. You don't need to be a millionaire to voice the concern of these people. Once you do it from your heart, mind and soul, that's what counts. Because once you're doing it with that, that is what makes you keep on moving. You don't do it for the like, you don't do it for the views, but you do it because you love helping other people. Exactly. Expecting to gain popularity, or expecting that I would have gained popularity, I did not did this at any time for popularity. So I was not expecting the amount of views I have and the amount of people who depend on Ryan Budna. No, because popularity or fame was never my agenda. My agenda was simply voicing the concern for those who believe they don't have a voice, exposing corruption. That's my thing. I can say this again, that I have had many hundreds of thousands of views in many of my video footage that I do live, and even things that I post. But what I do enjoy is having a little bit of stress-free time with my viewers, friends, followers, and even the enemies, because there's a lot lingering on the page, and it's just quite accepted, because these are the people that help me to grow instead of trying to bring me down, which they have tried always. A couple of them, you can count them, maybe about 10-15 of them, and they create false Facebook pages, and they attack you over and over, but it's the same person. Let's say, for example, 15 person, and 15 person has a 20 Facebook that are false, fake profiles, right? So they are the one keep bombarding because they don't want the truth to get out. But at the end of the day, I understand that I don't need to give them the attention that they are trying to get from me, because I will be diverted. So I just tell them a 2 or 3 and get away, and I say bye-bye. My phrases are that, or the terms that I use is that I'm gonna send you to Jericho, I'm gonna send you to Baghdad, I'm gonna send you to Jamaica. And you may ask, why? Why Jamaica? Why Baghdad? Well, because there are places far from here. I would want to send them even farther. But at the end of the day, that's the terms I use. And when I said I'm sending them away, it's simply because they're getting blocked off my page, especially when they are using obscene languages, which is not acceptable on my platform. Many children looks at Ryan Budna, and many of them, I'm pretty sure, would want to do what I am doing. And I am installing in these young people the understanding that they have a voice. And no one can take that right away if it is protected by our Constitution. About terms about the government trying to silence Ryan Budna, yes, they had numerous attempts, and when they can't lock me up for good, I am pretty sure that they will try the worst. Yes, I'm waiting for it. But you know where to point your fingers, because the government does not like to be exposed by Ryan Budna, by your humble servant. But that's just what I love to do. You need to do the right thing, because that is what we, the citizens of this country, had placed you in that position to do. You are defrauding us. You defraud us by doing otherwise, enriching your family, enriching your sweethearts, enriching your loved ones, enriching your girlfriend, your boyfriend. Yeah, which is totally wrong. And you don't expect me to tell you that you are wrong? Instead of you correct what you're doing wrong, you instead try to use a special unit of the police department, the cybercrime unit, that is basically used against Ryan Budna. I have been dashed in prison not once, but twice, and even third, by the cybercrime unit, which is used many times by politicians to lock me up, to silence me, so the truth cannot be told. Because there's not one more. There's not an imitation of Ryan Budna. And we need more people like your humble servant to stand up and tell these people, you know what? We will hold you accountable for what you're doing. But in terms of silencing, they had arrived at my residence at late at night in heavily tinted a vehicle, pickup truck, heavily tinted, no police mark, no license plates, and they are police officers from cybercrime in civilian clothing and what appears to be mask. What you expect that was coming? They kidnapped me, they beat me, and because my neighbors saw what was happening, they decided to take me to the Belmopan police formation out of the Orange Walk district. You got to leave Orange Walk, Belize district, then you go to Belmopan. Why? And they locked me up on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then they brought me back to Orange Walk into my jurisdiction. They took me out of jurisdiction and brought me back after 4 days and slapped me with a slew of charges, which will never stand in the court, because it is out of wickedness in attempt to silence the truth. But I will never be intimidated. I will stand for what is right, and I will continue to do the right thing, like it or not, until God is ready to take me home. That will be it. But got to be God will. But yes, there had been numerous attempts to silence me. And they had threatening that if I continue, they will build charges against me, even though it might not stand before the court. That is what they have said. We have officer from the cybercrime unit speaking to your humble servant, Ryan Budna, and telling me, we got to charge you. It's instruction. It is instruction. If we don't charge you, we will be charged ourselves. Right? It's directive. So they follow directive. It's not, there's no evidence, because the officer, man, this is a joke, but I got to follow directive. Some of them probably are gaining stripes because of what the politicians are using them for, in an attempt to silence the truth. And that's how difficult it is. They have tried, and they will continue to try. So that is just some of the obstacles that I faced on a daily basis. I'm going around doing live and bringing information to the nation, Belize and beyond. Again, having over 38,000 followers, I'm grateful for it. And I know that the views are much higher than that. It's in the hundreds of thousands. Just doing a dance, I had 100,000 views. Just the simple little dance, but from the heart, for my viewers, so that they understand you don't need to be ashamed. You just be yourself, enjoy yourself, and over 100,000 just within 48 hours. Isn't that amazing? Thanks for your support. Thanks for your trust. I will continue to do what I believe I am mandated to do by the grace of God. Thank you. Again, I am your humble servant, Ryan Budna.
Love him or hate him, you can't ignore him. This is more than a rise. It's a reminder that a single voice, when loud enough, can echo across a nation. This is Ryan Budna.